Welcome to Statistics for Surveys, Session 3, Diagrams for a Single Variable, Segment 9, the Pareto Plot. Unfortunately, there is no general agreed upon definition for a Pareto plot. The most general one I found was by Kemp and Kemp, who simply claimed that it's a name for a bar chart if the order of the bars have no meaning. So for any nominal variable, if you draw a bar chart, according to them, that would be a Pareto plot. Now they do suggest to put them in order, and that's what a lot of other authors actually also state, that it's any diagram with the bars in order of size. However, a line representing the cumulative relative frequency should also be included according to the Mathematical Encyclopedia at Weisstein. So last but not least, the Oxford Dictionary of Statistical Terms, Dictionary of Statistics, they actually claim that the bar should also not have any gaps. Now, having a look at all these different definitions and which ones are most commonly used, I would say a Pareto plot is a bar chart where the bars are placed in descending order of frequency, and then usually an ogive is added in the chart as well. So the cumulative frequencies in percentages most often are then shown. Let's show an example first. As you can see here, the bars are placed with gaps between them, and the cumulative percentages are actually the ogive is added on top of it. By doing both with the same scale on the left, there's actually a small problem that, or not really a problem, but as you can see, we can split the diagram into two, and on top we then have that ogive, and below we have that bar chart. So it's a bit of waste of space actually in the diagram. So some authors, they will actually use a dual axis, as shown in figure 2 here, where we actually now make use of all the space for both charts, and we simply added a second chart for the cumulative percentages for that ogive on the right. This way you actually have less space used, and that it's often recommended to do. The Pareto plot was probably named by Joseph Juran as the Pareto plot because Pareto actually came up with the Pareto principle, which was that roughly 80% of the effects come from 20% of the causes. So Pareto described that in Italy 80% of the land was actually owned by 20% of the population. You also sometimes hear that 20% of the GDP comes, 80% of the GDP comes from 20% of the people. And Joseph Juran noticed similar divisions in other areas, and it's therefore sometimes known as a Juran plot, although I've only come across one source actually mentioning that so far, so it's very rare to be called a Juran plot instead of a Pareto plot.